Insurance agents spend hours daily on their phone gathering information from leads and customers to prepare their quotes. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple, compliant AI solution that handles quote preparation for insurance agents over the phone, allowing them to save time and money, allowing them to earn more money by spending less time on the repetitive work and spending more time on the things that matter. What I'll do in this video is I'll open up with a demo of the entire system to give you an idea of how it works. Next up, I'll explain how I actually set it up and what goes into this entire system. And finally, I'll show you how you can set it up for yourself to start saving hours of time per week. So without any further delay, let's just get straight into the video. And so right now I'm going to be sharing my screen. At first glance, this looks like a very simple CRM. What we have here are three sections, one for home insurance, one for auto, and then also one for commercial. But just watch what happens after I end the call with the AI agent. What you will see is basically all of these details being added to the CRM. And also right after the phone call actually ends, we're going to have three separate AI components: evaluate the risk category of the person, create a summary and a recommendation, and then also write up an entire finished quote based on the person's information, which is ready to be reviewed as a draft.
Hello, this is Jake from Atlas Insurance Group. How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'll just get straight to the point. I was looking to get a home insurance quote. Somebody recommended me.
Great, I can help with that. Let's go through the details needed to prepare your home insurance quote accurately. 1, can I have your full name, please? 2, which state are you located in? California, Oregon, or Washington?
So my name is Azim, and then my last name is Kodarov.
Thank you, Azim Kuru. Which state are you located in? California, Oregon, or Washington?
California.
Thank you. Let's continue with the details for your home insurance quote. 3, what year was your home built?
I think it was 1997, if I'm not wrong. That should be pretty close.
Got it, Azim. Your home was built in 1997. 4, can you tell me the property type? Is it a single-family home, condo, or townhouse?
It's a condo.
Understood, condo noted. 5, what is the occupancy type? Is this your primary residence, secondary residence, or is it rented out?
It's primary, yeah.
Thank you. Primary occupancy noted. 6, have there been any prior losses or claims on the home? For that, you'll just need to confirm either yes or no.
No, haven't been any prior losses.
Great, no prior losses noted. 7, finally, can you provide an estimated replacement value range to rebuild your home in any situation? Would it be under 500,000 to 1 million, or over 1 million?
I'd say in the neighborhood of 500,000 to 1 million.
Thank you for confirming, Azim. Here's what I have for your quote. Full name, Azim Kodarov, state of residence, California, year built, 1997. Property type, condo. Occupancy type, primary residence. Prior home losses, no. Replacement value range, 500,000 to 1,000,000. Does that look accurate to you?
Yeah, sounds accurate.
Your home insurance quote has been successfully prepared. If you have any further questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Thank you for choosing Atlas Insurance Group.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. So as you saw there, shortly before the call, it went ahead and logged all of this information right into this CRM here. As we can see, my name is over here, so it captured all of my details magnificently. So usually somebody spells my last name incorrectly, but this AI managed to do it correctly, so that's absolutely awesome. Next up, we have the date and time being tracked, and all of the other details that it pretty much asked for, or simply put inside of this CRM. So the state, the year the home was built, the property type, the occupancy type, the prior losses and claims, and other details are all here. And now we can actually see here that all three details have been generated. So the risk category is low. That makes sense because I haven't had any prior losses or claims. And there's a summary and a recommendation here that we can also read. And over here, we can see that it takes all of these details, it prepares a summary from them, and then it also tells us whether it approves or not. And finally, we have the finished home insurance quote over here. So this looks a bit ugly because I have it in a very small space. But if I were to go ahead and paste it in somewhere where it actually detects the formatting, we can actually see here that this is a pretty nice quote that we have over here. And it looks pretty official. What we have here is just it handling all of the proposed coverages, the underwriting considerations, and important disclaimers. Along with next steps, it even includes a disclaimer here. Of course, it's only going to be seen by the insurance agent, which would normally have access to the CRM, but this is pretty much it. So look at that. With just a 2-minute call, I was able to give the AI some information. It tracked all of the information, meaning that I didn't have to manually type in all of the details by clicking on my keyboard. And most importantly, what it actually did is gave me a risk category over here, as well as a summary and recommendation, plus an actual rough draft of a quote. So next up, we're going to move on to how I set this voice agent up and how it actually works. So I know some of you are really curious on how this is set up and how it works. So right now, let me go ahead and pretty much walk you through the three main components that we use to get the system up and running. So the first component we obviously use here is something called Airtable. Now, Airtable can double down as pretty much anything. It can be a spreadsheet, it can be a CRM, it can be a database. As you can see here, it's pretty cool. Not only did it log all of my information, but you can pretty much use AI to adjust any field over here, which is exactly what we did. I just gave all of these other details to this AI over here, and it prepared that insurance quote for me. And the same thing would have happened for auto insurance and commercial insurance. By the way, I just chose to test only home insurance because it would be a bit repetitive as well. Now for the place where we are actually creating this agent, setting up the voice that it uses, setting up all of that, is something called Vappy.ai. Now Vappy is absolutely awesome for voice agents. As you can see here, the voice agent that we just spoke with costs only 11 cents per minute, which is absolutely crazy to think about because you can basically have another employee right on your phone over here running for around $7 per hour. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, on a simple level, what Vappy does is we input something called a system prompt. Now, the system prompt is basically a set of instructions for the agent that pretty much direct its behavior, its tone and style, and other things. So if I were to put this in a very nice place, just so you can once again see this in a nice format, what we are basically doing is establishing the agent's identity. So this agent's name was Jake. We clearly instructed it that it's the quote and the pre-underwriting voice agent for this certain Atlas insurance group. We give it a series of tasks called specifics. So this basically identifies the intent, which is that first question it asks during the call. What type of quote are you looking for today? I chose home. Next up, it's actually smart enough where we can feed in some qualification requirements and confirm certain details. So it asks whether I was located in California, Oregon, or Washington. And after that, it basically collects my full name. And then we have a path for each of the three types of quotes. So because the details for each quote are different, there isn't going to be the exact same system. So this agent is actually able to handle those three different types. It can ask 8 questions in a row, and then pause, and also pause in the middle of the conversation to get any details that it's missing. And pretty much once it confirms that it has all of the details and that it's able to now draft up the quote, it uses these things called tools. Tools are basically things that allow you to perform certain actions. In this case, we have 3 actions. We have write auto quote, write home quote, and write commercial quote. We also feed in some examples and we instruct it on its tone and style. So this is exactly how it looks like, and you're pretty excited about the demo that you just saw, plus are interested in seeing how this works. You can actually book a free 30-minute one-on-one AI consultation using the first link in the description. Over there, we can pretty much talk for 30 minutes about how to set this up for you, or just simply give you more information. But what we're doing is we're offering only 5 free consultation spots per video, so spots are limited, but you can go ahead and book now. Anyway, after we have this prompt set up, we move on to the next platform, which is called NAN. Now, some of you may have heard about NAN at this point. NAN is single-handedly probably one of the best AI and automation platforms that exists out there. It can be 100% compliant, just like Airtable is, and there's honestly no hassle. So over here, what I have open is a workflow that I created to go along with our quoting setup. So once the AI agent senses that it has enough information to write a quote, it's going to call this workflow. So now this workflow has an entry point, which is otherwise known as the webhook. Think of it as going to the movie theater. The webhook is pretty much the entrance to the movie theater, and then we have 3 different branches, and each of them can represent a movie choice in the context of a movie theater. But here we have separate routes for each of the 3 types of insurance. So if I said, hey, I wanted a home quote, it would take me along this route where it saves the home quote details inside of Airtable. As you can see, the logo here is the same as it is in NAN. That's exactly the magic. What we're taking is we're taking one platform, connecting it to another using a third platform. And so after we save these home quote details, these details enter Airtable as you just saw before. And as soon as these details enter Airtable, we have 3 different AI components kicking off inside of here. Now, this setup is so smart that you can actually set it up to run automatically. So as soon as Airtable realized that all of the details were being entered into here, it kicked off this component, then this one, and then finally the finished quote component. So that's pretty much how this voice agent works. Now, if I tried showing you how to set this up yourself in this video, it would be a bit long. So what I would suggest at this point in the video is for you to go ahead and join our insurance agency masterminds community. That's completely free, and on the inside, you have access to a bunch of resources and free trainings that I normally don't include on my YouTube channel. So you're getting both the ability to talk with other insurance agents and get some more resources along the way to really accelerate your journey. I have lead generation templates inside of there, voice agent templates, pretty much anything that's going to be helpful to you in setting up a system like this. But if you don't want to set it up or you don't have the time to, you can once again go ahead and book that free 30-minute one-on-one session with me so I can show you how to do that, so we can talk about setting it up together. And with that, I hope you got something out of this video. Hopefully you found it helpful and crazy to see how AI is completely changing insurance. And with that, I do appreciate you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.